Should we get into this? Sneakers I regret buying. Because we all do have our regrets, chat. I have plenty of regrets. Here we go. This is it. Sneakers I really regret buying.
But I've bought some. Now this may come as a massive surprise to you, but I've bought some really
Leaving America, where are you going? I'm going to Jamaica, Nick.
dumb stuff over my years of building a sneaker collection. And
Really
the ones I'm going
appreciate
to
the
share with you
roses.
today just really make me feel like an idiot. So here's my 10 biggest sneaker regrets, starting from bad to the absolute worst. First up, we got the Jordan 4 Military
What?
Black.
How are these a regret? No way! He's gonna rage bait me.
This one is pretty weird because on all accounts, I should like them. I like Jordan 4s. I like predominantly
How
white
is this a
sneakers.
regret?
But there's just something about this pair of shoes that stops me from actually walking outside the house in them. Now, I have
What?
worn these a handful of times. You can see
Elliot,
there's
what?
dirt on the bottom. There's a bunch of scratches and scuff marks. But that was ages ago. I haven't worn these in a few years. Now, every time I try to wear them, I put an entire outfit together with these things.
Bro, these
I
are like one of the
stop
best 4s of all time.
before I actually leave the house, and I'm like, you know what, something's off here, let me swap them out. Maybe it's because I have the white cement Jordan 4s and I have these, I forget what they're called, white Oreos or something. Both
Forget what they're called. Bro, you know exactly what they're called.
of which I prefer to these. For some reason, this pair of shoes is just always my last pick, and I can't quite put my finger on why. I mean, it doesn't have great leather quality, but it's certainly not the
Bro,
worst.
these are one of
But
the best
honestly, I just
shoes.
really wish I never bought these things.
Nah,
to
he's
begin with,
rage baiting.
And I probably massively
Whoa, what's
overpaid
good,
for them
bro?
when I first bought them. Hey, things only get worse
Appreciate
from
the rose,
here,
thank you.
because next we have the AS6 Marvel collaboration. This one's a little bit
Okay.
more weird. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with these shoes. I love everything about the collaboration itself. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I love the freaking box it comes in. You get like a mini set of drawers where the shoes kind of pull out like this. Like it's so cool. Oh yeah, and one of the coolest
like
things
these.
is you get a literal comic book with these shoes in this plastic case and everything. Like the
If I would have bought these, I wouldn't have regretted it.
collaboration is great. But my
a nice
problem
collab.
is, I kind of feel like I have Stockholm Syndrome with these sneakers. First of all, I've never actually worn these things. There's just so many other
I would wear that colorway. I don't know if I'd wear the Venom one, to be honest.
retro-
I like the Spider-Man one way better.
style shoes that I wear over these. I've got a bunch of different AS6 shoes, Adidas retro shoes, Nike retro shoes, all of which I kind of prefer
Bro,
the look
ASICs
of.
are so fucking ugly. Same with New Balance. It's definitely an acquired taste. I feel like, you know, if you're really like a Jordan head, you probably don't fuck with ASICs or New Balance. You know what I mean? What the hell, bro? What the fuck?
Those are a lot more wearable, like the colors of these shoes are pretty wild. But considering all of that, I also don't want to get rid of these things because I just love how cool the
Now,
collaboration
listen, if
is.
you're just a trend guy, if you're just a trend hopper, then yeah, you probably like ASICs, New Balance, Jordans, all of them. Or honestly, if you just like all sneakers. But if you're like a real, like, I only like Jordan head, then you probably don't like New Balances and ASICs.
I also paid a huge amount for these things because it was just so expensive. So overall, I'm kind of stuck. But honestly, if
regret
I
that
didn't
too.
buy them in the first place, I wouldn't have to deal with
I'd
all of
regret
this
it.
mental gymnastics I'm doing to keep a hold of these things. I love them, but I also hate them at the same time. Next, we got a pair of Jordans. The Jordan 1 Powder Blue. Man,
Yeah, these were
I
ass.
really liked these things when I wore them that one time.
Why you
Then
gotta
after
update
that,
Twitch?
I bought a bunch.
I need the dark blue Space Jams. Like the OG Space Jams? Pers, which one are you talking about? Just normal Space Jam 11s? These are kind of ass. Because, listen, the blue is like not really UNC blue. It's like this weird in-between light blue and dark blue. And it's probably hard to like match it with that.
Other very similar looking blue Jordan ones that I prefer way more than these.
Yeah,
I got
that
the
was a bad
UNC
cop.
toes, those are the
Bad
highs,
cop,
so I prefer
Elliot.
those. I got the Obsidian lows, which I would wear those
Much
over
better.
these.
That's
Like,
what I
these
have.
are definitely not bad, but like I said, the list really does go on of
Nah,
different
those are-
blue Jordan ones that I have that look
Those
just
are
as
ass.
good, if not better. And even when I directly compare these to all of the other UNC blue colored Jordan ones that I have, like the blue kind of looks off now. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this at
Yeah.
all. It's sad because I really did did like this pair of shoes when I first got them. I was like super hyped that I managed to pick these things up. And I also bought them
There's
when
a reason why these hit the outlets.
like Jordan 1s were super expensive. So like now I'm pretty sure you can get these things for like half the price. Generally with a lot of Jordans, the prices are super low now. So yeah, there's that. Moving on. Next up we have the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance 9060s. These are higher on the list because I've kind of been fighting these things for years. I can't exactly remember when these released, but it has to be like over.
I feel like the 9060 silhouette is strictly for females and dads.
2 years ago now. When I first bought them, I kind of thought like, it's a little bit of an out there color, but I can pull them off. Now, not through lack of trying, not by any means.
I really only see girls wearing 9060s.
I've continuously thrown different outfits together with these things, hoping my style would change over time and I just adapt to these things. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a pink shoe guy. Maybe it's something about the colors that are on here. But it's just every outfit I put together with this pair of shoes, I'm always just like, it's not really quite it. Now, couple that with the fact that I now have like a bunch of different colorways of the 9060s. I love this shoe. It's a great model.
I see
super
girls wearing all those colors.
I would always pick those colorways
that gray
over this
one.
one.
Right
what
here.
makes me sadder is like how great the quality is on these. Like the materials feel so good. Like I love this collaboration. It's just not one that I can pull off. And yeah, because of all of that, I've been stuck with these for years. Right, up until this point on the list, a lot of the shoe picks were battles, right? I've been going back and forth. I've been trying to put outfits together, but this next one, it was just an instant regret. As soon as I pushed by. So much of a regret that they're still in the box.
Ooh, what are these? What are these? Can we take a guess? I'm gonna guess that he bought those Mischief boots. The box is pretty big. He still has them in the brown box, which is crazy. He hasn't even opened them. But I have a feeling these are the Mischief boots he regrets buying. Because he probably had to buy them for some sort of review.
Box, like not the shoe box, the shipping box. And I bought these last year.
Oh, last year.
Just never opened.
Last year. What came out last year that was ugly as shit? That big of a box. Huh. I don't know.
The goddamn box.
I can't really
So why
tell.
don't we just do it together?
Yeah, show me.
Oh, well, would you? Look
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What are these? What are these? What are these? Are those Timberlands?
Guess I just never really wanted to face this purchase. Gotta go through the 15 layers
Some Adidas?
of freaking packaging. This is the
Fear of God. Of course. Of course. We had the Fear of Gods on the F tier when we did our tier list.
Basketball 1.
He never even took them out of the
a little
box.
bit better. I did buy these for a fraction of the full retail price. So I paid about $100 for them, and they retail, I think, for $250. So that definitely eases
I wouldn't
my
have paid $30 for them.
mind a little bit, but still, what am I doing? Why did I buy these? Now look, to be honest, like they are it's a decent pair of shoes,
bro.
okay? In fact, a lot of the Adidas Fear of God
Nick!
stuff, the shoes
Nick, appreciate the
are actually
GGs and the
pretty good,
roses
but
and the
they're
hearts.
definitely not amazing.
Nikki, thank
they are
you.
just okay.
Nikki with
and
the
I guess when I bought
shells.
these things, I thought, you know,
Nikki with the lightning bolts with the heart puffs. Hell yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I thought this was connected. We got to connect it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Heart me's lightning bolts new vid. Nick with the shell with the rose. Lightning bolts. Appreciate it.
Just absolutely plummeted.
Going crazy.
People seem to hate these things, so I'll scoop them up. Really thought I was going to be wearing these things around a ton. You know, I even bought these things for full price, like when they first dropped, and then I managed to like get rid of those and then buy these things cheaper. Like all of the stars aligned for me to just keep rocking this pair of shoes, but clearly that hasn't worked out. I'm not even entirely sure why. It's just one of those shoes.
Appreciate
like,
it.
I'm not
Nick,
super
thank you. Nice to
excited
meet you,
about it.
Chili's.
It's just kind of
I'm so
middle of
hungry.
line,
The
and I
TikToks.
guess the lesson learned here is just don't buy shoes unless you're really excited about them. Chances are they're just gonna collect dust. Could also be that I'm
These
a
are
little bit of a
tough?
sucker for
What?
sales as well.
These are not
That
tough?
could be a little bit of a reason why I regret
No
this.
way, these
Definitely
are
a
not
major
tough.
one on the
Stop
list.
it.
One that I haven't even opened. But
These are
next
not
up, we
tough.
have probably one of the most disappointing shoes in recent memory, the Slay Benberry Crocs. Man, I cannot tell you guys how
Bruh. Elliot, what the
excited
hell
I
is
was for this
these,
pair of
bro?
shoes.
Why are
When
you
we
buying
saw
these?
all of the leaked images and everything like that, I was just hyped. This was just something different, something super unique, and kind of supposed to take Crocs in a different direction where they're really experimental in creating actual sneakers. They've got like the most hyped designer behind them, Slay Benberry, coming up with like a cool design like this. And then I got them in hand, in a colorway that I really wanted as well, so it's not that. They're just weird. They're weird because they kind of go against what you would expect expect them to be. Like, it looks like a super comfortable, you know, soft pair of shoes that you can kind of slip on, wear all around. They managed to find like the world's heaviest rubber somehow.
These look so heavy. They literally look like you're wearing cement blocks on your feet.
On the bottom of these things, so it feels so insanely heavy, like so unnecessarily heavy. They're just uncomfortable.
Bro.
There's not much like softness.
Please
to
tell
them.
me please tell me he didn't spend like $200 on
They're
these.
like rigid, and
These
it's like,
these
what
are literal
are you doing
bricks.
here? There is no need for this pair of shoes.
Oh, that was Nick. That was you with the gifts on TikTok.
Be this
Appreciate
heavy
you, bro.
and this uncomfortable. It's just really unfortunate because I wanted to like this pair of shoes so much, and like I get it. This is
Hey,
a very
Blicky with the rain. Blicky with the
polarizing
rain.
design, and I'm like one of the few people that actually like the way that these things look. Just
W
completely
Blicky.
hate the way that they
Fessy,
feel.
what's
Like
good?
the
How are you?
practicality is just so low on
They
this
are
pair
awful.
of shoes, and I
Nah,
just
these-
wish they
He got scammed on
added
these.
something a little bit softer, something a little bit lighter, so you could really just slip.
I
on and go.
regret buying
that's
these too.
What Crocs are supposed to be, right? So yeah, overall, I should just
How much
definitely
did you
have
pay?
not have bought these things. But speaking of disappointing shoes, these next ones are.
Wait, how much did he pay?
This is the Rick Owens Converse shoe, the turbo weapon.
Ooh,
Man,
he fell for the Rick
I
Owens.
saw so many people wearing these things and making them look so cool, like putting together some really dope outfits. How come they never mentioned how freaking heavy and uncomfortable these are? These things weigh like 50 pounds. Like, how
$200.
did Converse find rubber this freaking heavy? They're called the
Emmanuel,
turbo
what's good?
weapons for a reason, because you could freaking
Bessie. Did you sell the Navy SB4s or are you keeping them? What's the word? Because they're probably not your size. So, are you selling them?
Thanks for the
use
follow.
these things to do some damage. Kind of to the point where like
Zaz,
you almost
appreciate
feel
the
like you're
follow.
wearing ankle weights. Have you ever done that? You know, like walking around with ankle weights on, like your legs swing out and it just feels really weird. That's exactly what these things feel like. Now,
No, those look like
I like the
boots,
look
bro.
of them. That's why I bought them in the first place. I was like, damn, I'm going to pull off some cool outfits. But no, every time I have tried, I've put together a cool outfit and I think it looks great. And then I take a few steps and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make it through the day wearing these things. They're uncomfortable. They're way too heavy. And to make matters worse,
Want the
I
Kobe
bought
Dodgers?
these things.
Yeah, I think. Well, hey, listen. With the sale for the SB4s, you can easily get the Kobe Dodgers. I also want to say the Kobe Dodgers are very comfortable, and I love how they look on feet, and they're very lightweight. I mean, if you ever worn a Kobe 6, they're just like a Kobe 6, but
For full price, which
I like
sounds
'em
normal
a lot.
until you realize that today you can get them at a bunch of different discount stores for like half the price. Like, these things are sat on sale everywhere. Definitely should not have bought
for the
these.
follow.
Next, we got Yeezy.
hey, Kev, I appreciate that. Kev, thanks for the
And I'm
follow
not even
on Twitch.
talking about one specific pair. I'm kind of
Ravens
talking
is the best
like
team.
a lot of them.
Emmanuel, like, there's actually no statistical proven evidence that the Ravens are the best team. Like, there's no evidence out there whatsoever.
Big
So
fan
just come to me with facts, bro. Okay.
of Yeezy sneakers and have been since they first originally
He
started.
just said
And I feel
Yeezy
like
sneakers in general. He said his regret is just buying Yeezy.
a lot of people are going to be with me on this, but when you saw all of those discounts, you know, like the 50 to 70% off, you bought way too
No!
many. I bought them all. I was like, even the crazy ones, like
What are you
these
doing,
450s
Elliot?
and these compact ones. It's like I saw the sale percentages and I was like, hell yeah, I'll scoop them up. But it's like,
No. This is exactly how I feel like SneakerCon person who brings me these are like, well they were only like $70, so I had to buy them.
even though all of these
Kev, what's
were
up,
like
bro?
a
Welcome
stupid
to the
discount,
culture
I
family.
shouldn't have bought them. Like, there's plenty of other
Play wants them so bad. Wants them, so he was going to see if he could find the Kobe's for me.
Yeezys that I still wear,
Oh,
like
okay,
the
so you guys are gonna do a
700s,
swap.
a lot of the boots that you see in the background. But these, like, even if they were like 80%, I don't know how much more they could have been discounted, but I just shouldn't have bought them. Like, realistically, these would be down towards the bottom of the list for like Yeezys that I would wear. And
The 350 compacts have to be some of the most ugliest pairs of sneakers I've ever seen.
got all of the other ones, so what the hell am I gonna
Like, what is this? I don't understand like the concept behind these. Like the sock liner with the no tied laces, and then all these like weird, interesting, I don't know, like there's like bulges going on, like veins, and then you just slap on a 350 midsole.
to do with these ones. And this is only the surface. I mean,
don't
you
get
guys
me
have seen
don't
my
get me
sneaker
started
room
with the dumplings
upstairs. But the reality is, nothing beats this video's final boss. This piece of Temu ass, Shein ass, AliExpress ass Yeezy Slipper.
Language.
Yes, this is the $20 Yeezy Slipper that somehow found a way to stoop lower than the Yeezy Pods. In fact, the Yeezy Pods kind of feel like marvels of engineering compared to these things.
Has anyone ever tried the Yeezy Pods? I'm not gonna lie, I got suckered into getting them. I thought that they were gonna be worth something. I bought them for like $20. Back when they were like, the market on them was like $200. So I bought them for $20. I wore them at a sneaker con. They were not too bad. They're literally socks. So it just felt like a sock was on your foot with a little bit of padding. But I regret it. I regret buying them.
Oh yeah, and hey, if I paid 20 bucks for these things, I probably would have just shrugged it off. And to be honest, I actually did buy them for 20 bucks. They just never showed up, like most people's stuff that you ordered from the Yeezy website. Mine just never turned up. So these, I decided to go on GOAT and pay like 8 times the price for them. I don't want to say the actual number, just 8 times.
No. Elliot, I feel like he makes some really bad decisions. He's making some really bad decisions. He paid 8 times the price?
You do the math. Now, to be fair, I did do a video, but I just don't think I expected them to be this bad. They come in and
I feel like he probably puts a lot of his thought process into like, ooh, this will be a good video. I might as well get him. Like, he's video-centric. He's video first, which can be a very slippery slope. Can be a very slippery slope.
Undescript bag, like exactly how you would buy something from China, like fake, you know, it would just come in this little bag, like taped up. That's exactly how these come in. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is straight from China. I'm pretty sure Kanye is drop shipping here. Either way, these things are made from some kind of cheap foam that just doesn't feel like the good stuff, you know, like if you buy it from a brand like Adidas or even the Yeezy foam runners, like it just feels a little bit better, even though you would think foam is made equal. It's not. There's not really anything you can say about these to be like they were well thought out in any way. Like, it's pretty much the most basic.
It's the most basic thing you can make.
Way that you could get a foam to be on a human's foot. That's what this is. Like, you don't feel any arch support or ergonomics for your feet. They're not super uncomfortable, but you do feel like a bit of rigidity
Dakota,
and like rubbing around the ankle as well. It's like the foam is a little bit harder than it should be. You only have a tiny thin layer of foam underneath your feet to begin with. Oh yeah, and these things get extremely hot and sweaty, which ironically he probably knew about that issue when making these things, because he also made the foam runners, and those have a bunch of holes.
I'm not gonna lie, these, do you like the Nike SB Rodeo? I do, Kev. I do like those. I'm not gonna lie, these, I've been wearing these like literally nonstop. I wear them to the gym. I wear them when I'm walking around. I love these. However, my feet do get a little warm, so if it wasn't for these little holes, this thing would start really, you know, really be getting hot. Let's do a little sniff test. Yeah. I would hope that the smell wouldn't be that strong, because I wear socks. I'm normally not a sweaty guy on my feet. Like, I promise you, I'm not. But these do sweat a good amount. They do sweat a good amount.
Obviously to not be super hot and sweaty. But I guess now he doesn't really care for these things. Either way, yeah, just should not have bought these. Or any of the sneakers on today's list. So tell me who's with me. Let me know down in the comment section, what sneakers do you regret purchasing? And of course, if you want to catch another video, I'll put one in this corner this time. Yeah, up there.
There you go. Sneakers I really regret buying.